Hey, what's up everyone? Ting over here, physical therapist with Physical Therapy and Balance Centers. And for those of you out there with wrist and hand pain, what I'd like to do today is go through with you certain bracing options that might be available that can help relieve wrist and hand pain. And what I'll do is cover some common problems that happen at the wrist, such as carpal tunnel syndrome, DeQuervain's syndrome, and also general arthritis, swelling that may happen at the hand. With each of these conditions, you're looking for a slightly different brace, because if you choose the right brace, it can go a long way helping relieving your pain. If you choose the wrong brace, at the very minimal, it's not going to help, and at the worst, it could make your problem worse. So be sure to stay tuned. If you do happen to like the content that we produce here, please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and visit our website www.physical.com/Hazelton. Alright, so the first bracing option I want to cover is for a condition called DeQuervain's syndrome. And with DeQuervain's syndrome, the injured area is actually in the back of the thumb here. So when you're looking for a brace for DeQuervain's syndrome, you're looking for a brace called a thumb spica. And what a thumb spica is a brace that looks similar to this. And when you put it on, there's actually a hole for the thumb, which helps immobilize the thumb, is what you need for DeQuervain's syndrome. And you also want things to stabilize down the wrist as well. So what the bracing, the thumb spica typically does for DeQuervain syndrome is allow you to move your four fingers, but immobilizes your thumb. You can still bend the last bit of the thumb, but you want to keep this aspect immobilized. And this is something you want to wear, especially when you're doing activities around the house, because it's repetitive movement and gripping of your thumb that causes issues with DeQuervain syndrome. So be sure if you have DeQuervain syndrome, be sure to look for what we call a thumb spica, which has the thumb cut out in it and helps immobilize the thumb. Right, the second option we have for wrist and hand pain is for people with general arthritis or swelling and just aches and pains. What you're after at that stage a lot of times is just a light support, a sleeve. And the one that we have and we enjoy here at Physical Therapy and Balance Centers are Incrediwear sleeves. One, not only because they're fairly sturdy, they actually offer a good amount of support on there, allow some flexibility so you can still perform your activities. But the great thing about the Incrediwear sleeves that we like is that they have nanotechnology in there that helps stimulate an electrical charge, which helps with pain and the healing process. So if you have general arthritis or just some aches and pains, look for one of these sleeves, and what you want is something that feels supportive, not restricted, and still allows you to perform your normal finger movements so that you can continue to do your activities through your day. Alright, so the third and final brace we want to show off today is one for carpal tunnel syndrome, which is a very common syndrome that a lot of people have. So with carpal tunnel syndrome, what happens is the nerve that runs through the wrist gets compressed by either too much bending or too much leaning back. So what you're looking for is a brace like this. It's a carpal tunnel brace, or what sometimes is known as a cock-up splint. So what you're looking for is one that you can slip your hand through, but still allow you to have mobility of the thumb. And these braces typically have Velcro strips that you can tighten them up, and you want that nice and snug, but not to the point where it's cutting off your circulation. So the good carpal tunnel braces out there should have a fairly solid piece down the front here, and what that does is it prevents you from moving your wrist up and down. It'll still give you mobility around your fingers and thumbs so that you can continue to do things through the day, but what it does is it minimizes your ability to bend your wrist forwards and backwards. So if you have carpal tunnel syndrome, be sure to look for one, especially one that has a solid piece of plastic right through into the wrist area on the underside. So I hope you enjoyed this little video on some of the splinting options for the wrist and hand. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to our channel, like this video, and also to learn more about us, visit our website www.physical.com/Hazelton. And also, if you're looking to purchase some of these options, look down in the description below, and what we'll have is some links towards some of the braces that we would recommend for people looking for options out there. So one, be sure to get the right brace for the right condition, because that'll go a long way in helping relieving your wrist and hand pain.